Today, 2020, let's do it. The IPL's in full swing. 2020 World Cup coming up. I'm joined with BlaiseMurphet once more.
How are you? Yes.
Yeah, good mate, how are you?
Good. Yeah, well look, we're responding to a lot of great comments on our first list of the great test team, current test team. So we're now looking at the best T20 players in the world currently.
Yeah. Do you want to kick us off?
Sure. Well, I'm going to open the batting with a smashing left-handed batsman who played, and I will say played, not plays.
Yeah, I can see that.
A lot of cricket for Australia. He has a batting average around 30, which doesn't matter a whole lot, but he gets that in the IPL, and his strike rate in that competition is 142. I'm talking about Adam Gilchrist.
Yeah.
Sensational player.
That is a very good choice. I mean, I kind of came into this thinking we were just going to do present players, but he is a present player. He's setting the IPL on fire. He's probably the star performer, and he's just smashing it. So I can't really argue with that. I guess I can introduce my own style, Gilchrist.
Okay.
Which he's not exactly firing in the IPL this year, but in the opening game last year, he caused an absolute sensation. And I think he smashed 13 sixes in an innings of 148. So for my money, I'm just going to open up with my big hitter, which is Brendan McCullum.
Yeah, well, look, our viewers might like to comment on this, but I'd say that on current form, Brendan McCullum is lacking a little.
Yeah.
And I probably should put W there as well, actually.
Yeah. But, he's not doing it this year round, but I mean, there's got to be a score around the corner. I mean, that's the problem with IPL with the 2020. It's just so hit and miss that you've still got to have your explosive players, your players that just provide the fireworks. Because if they fire, your side's going to win. So
who's opening the batting with the dashing Kiwi?
The dashing Kiwi is going to be a dashing Safa. It's another right-hander, but Herschel Gibbs, he's finally finding some form. He's one of my favourite players for the last 10 years, and he's been in and out of form, but I really think he's rediscovering it again with a ton against the Aussies just recently, and a real swashbuckling player, and I love his aggressive style. Great fielder, D. Johnson Rhodes, I guess. Yeah,
that's right.
So
absolutely.
I'll put him up there.
Well, I will. I think it's a great selection. I've also gone for a right-hander in this spot. Also a guy who, potential leader, bowls off spin. He's taken 16 wickets in the IPL in his time. He's got a strike rate of around about 160, and is the Indian slasher and dasher. It's Virender Sehwag is my other opening batsman.
Yeah, I think that's a very good choice as well. Obviously I'm a fan of Sehwag. He played for my county, he's played awesome for India in recent times, and yeah, he's there, which I guess kind of leads on to my number 3, which is I just slightly dropped him down the order. That's all I did, to be honest.
No, that's fine. In the 2020 you can do that. I mean, the batsmen play all over the place, don't they? It doesn't really matter where they are.
So who's your number 3 then? Tell me it's not Gibbs.
Well, it's not Gibbs, but it is a South African. And at number 3, I want to kind of counter my 2 really, really big hitters for someone who can score incredibly quickly, but he also can kind of maybe anchor the innings and not have to hit out all the time.
Is this a young favourite of yours as well, potentially?
Well, he's an absolute favourite of mine. He provides similar exciting nature in the fielding stakes, and it's A.B. de Villiers is my number 3.
I was thinking you had a liking for a certain J.P. Duminy, so I was considering that.
He is an amazing player, J.P. Duminy, but I just think A.B. de Villiers at the moment is in amazing form.
Yeah, and he can switch gears as well. He can do big hitting as well.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm going for someone that just recently took a hat-trick, although it was on the losing side. He smashed Stuart Broad for 6 sixes in the last 2020 World Cup. good variation off spin, but just a bit of a destroyer. And you might have seen the line of attack I'm going. It's just all out attack. So I'm going to go for Yuvraj.
Yep. Great batsman. Gives you a bit of bowling too.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got a couple of spin twins, maybe some more to come.
Yep. Well, my number 4 is also kind of an opening batsman who's been pushed down the order a little. He's going to give me a bit of spin. He's going to hit bowlers out of the park on a more consistent basis probably than any other player in the world at the moment. He's also going to give me great leadership, and he's also a great slipsfieldsman. And I'm talking about the West Indian powerhouse. Chris Gale is going to come in at number 4 for me.
I see. I don't think he's ever been that low, to be honest.
He hasn't been that low. That's correct, but I don't think it matters too much in 2020 because he could be in a couple of balls anyway. Yeah. And I like the fact that I've kind of given a bit of stability here, and then. But if we have a situation where one of these guys goes quickly, I can bounce him up the order, and he'll give me the same.
I guess it's very hard when you've got De Villiers above him to really say you're a slow scorer, De Villiers, when you're clearly not. So
not at all. But you can see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to kick off your number 5?
Sure. Well, I've again kind of gone for the counter stroke, which is a batsman who I hope is going to be able to kind of lead me through with my smashing at the end of the innings.
So you have a little collapse there, Gilchrist.
That's right. That's right. I want another person who can kind of guide me through. Might necessarily hit sixes all the time, like my Gale or Sabag or Gilchrist, but it gives me a bit of strength in the middle order. He averages 37 in the IPL with a strike rate of 140, and he's also taken 14 wickets, and it's Rohit Sharma.
Yeah.
One of the most exciting new talents in world cricket.
Yeah. It's a very good choice. I've gone down that road a little bit, but I've just continued on my own straight ahead path. I only know one way.
Yeah.
The guy, he played for my county Leicestershire. I think on his second ever one-day international, I think he smashed 100 off like 37 balls.
Yeah.
I think he got destroyed in Australia last week, was it? I think.
Is his name?
Although you are winning, but
is his name Boom Boom?
His name is not Boom Boom.
It is Boom Boom.
It is Boom Boom. He gives it some tap. He bowls quick leg spin, and he varies it a lot. So for my money, like he's the kind of players you might be getting an impression of the players that I really love now.
Yeah. Don't really have a kind of anchor through this innings yet.
We don't need anchors.
No.
It's the 2020, Yeah. So I'm going to put him there.
Great bowling option.
Yeah.
Well, my number 6, which I'll jump into straight away, is actually someone who appears on your side, and I think you've kind of summed him up as well as possible. I just kind of chose to have him at 6 so he can kind of really... No, I've got my anchor, but he's going to come in at number 6 and explode in the last 5 to 10 overs, and it's Yuvraj is coming in at number 6.
Shall I go into my awesome all-rounder?
You can.
Right, he just recently been described as the best one-day international bowler, and he's very injury-prone as well, but I think he gets there in merit as a bowler, and then his batting is, once again, very just straight ahead. He's going to just give it some tap, he's going to just go for it 100 miles an hour, and hopefully it will come off, because 2020, come on.
Yep.
And also, he's an Englishman. Very rare in world cricket side, so I'm going to put Freddie Flintoff there.
If he could ever stay on the park. Well, I've actually gone a all-rounder here as well, though, as you can see, one of the major parts of 2020 cricket is that pretty much everyone has to do a bit of everything, So we've got a few little spin bowlers there, but my kind of bowling all-rounder in this instance is extremely exciting Indian player again. I do have a bit of Indian happening in my thing, but